who's asleep amidst the trees. Bats all swaying in the breeze.
The Witcher 3's latest expansion, Blood and Wine, seems to mark the end of Geralt of Rivia's adventures. If this is so, it's as good a send-off as anyone can hope for. Fittingly, Blood and Wine is a tale of the pain of letting go. This roughly 20 to 25 hour adventure takes Geralt to the land of Toussaint, modeled after the south of France. Untouched by the war, Toussaint is a brightly colored, vibrant land of hills carpeted with vineyards. A huge contrast from the dark and gloomy areas like Velen and Skellige that we're used to. Geralt is summoned to Toussaint by the Duchess Anna Henrietta to investigate a series of brutal murders of former ducal knights. Further investigation reveals the true tale of two people who are struggling to justify their affection for loved ones and the consequences those relationships have for everyone around them. The story takes us deep into Witcher creator Andrzej Sapkowski's fascinating take on vampires. Vampires are one of the central forces driving the plot, and they create some interesting decisions for Geralt. I found this aspect of the story the most interesting, as I've always liked vampire lore. The lore here is very interesting and highly detailed, and we learn of a vampire class system from lesser, beastly vampires resembling oversized bats to more powerful higher vampires who look, behave, and think just like humans. They also have strong emotions like humans. Now, Geralt is contracted to destroy monsters, but what is he to do when confronted by creatures that can speak and reason better than his human employers? Blood and Wine introduces us to a large cast of new characters, including an old friend long thought to be permanently lost. A lot of the story is centralized around this character, and he plays perfectly into the central theme that this is in fact the end. As to be expected, Blood and Wine's entire cast is strong, including characters from side quests and encounters that are inconsequential to the main story. Along with the new story and new characters, Blood and Wine introduces new mechanics to refresh and enhance the game. The most recent patch has made the entire menu system a lot more user-friendly than what we've had since release, a vast and welcomed improvement. Unique to the Blood and Wine DLC comes cosmetic dyes which can be used to change the color of Geralt's Witcher armor. A small thing, sure, but it's great for people like me who won't wear an otherwise good suit of armor if it looks like crap. During the course of the story, Geralt receives his very own piece of property in the form of a vineyard. Though it seems out of place in a Witcher game, I felt it was a perfect fit as Blood and Wine does mark the retirement of Geralt. The vineyard does have its in-game benefits as well. Upgrading the different sections grant Geralt with new bonuses. A bed, for instance, grants Geralt vitality. A renovated stable gives Roach some more stamina. There's even a garden for growing herbs and an alchemy lab that can break down mutagens. In addition to new weapons and armors, Blood and Wine also introduced us to an all-new mutation skill tree, granting Geralt new skill slots and unique side effects such as one that boosts attack power and sign intensity in the first few seconds of a battle. These mutations can greatly change the flavor of Witcher 3's combat, and further allows each player to create their own unique build based on their playstyle. My favorite addition is the all-new Gwent deck, the Skellige faction. With new cards that have new unique card abilities, the Skellige deck breathes new life into everyone's favorite game within a game. My only disappointment with Blood and Wine was that after a year of updates and bug fixes, there are new and frustrating bugs and glitches to contend with. None are game-breaking, but they act as a blemish on an otherwise perfect game. Bugs are to be expected with a game as big as The Witcher, but it's disappointing that they come with a year-old game's second expansion. You would think that these things would be ironed out by now. One of the more prominent bugs sees dismembered enemy parts frozen in suspended animation. Another is a bug where certain objectives can't be triggered, forcing you to reload a save and endure the longer than ever load times. One of the bugs prevented me from experiencing a quest altogether, as I couldn't interact with the notice board no matter what I did. Again, bugs are to be expected and none were game-breaking to where they impacted my overall experience. CD Projekt Red has built a genuinely special game and spent a year supporting it with substantial, affordable expansions. Their consumer-friendly DLC plan has been a unique model in today's gaming world, and they've managed to do it in a game that's already so full of vibrant characters and endearing stories. I do wish we could have had at least one more expansion, but Blood and Wine is a great way to leave Geralt. Playing Blood and Wine and knowing that this is likely the end of his story has only strengthened my desire to play the first two games and read all the Witcher books available. All in all, Blood and Wine ends the saga of Geralt in style, bringing with it a strong cast and new mechanics and a stunning new landscape. And most importantly, it leaves Geralt in a good place. My final rating is a high full price. Thanks for watching our review of The Witcher 3's Blood and Wine expansion. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to check out some of our others. Don't forget to leave a rating and subscribe.